Hey stars, welcome to my channel, Shae.equilibrium. My name is Natasha, and the focus of my channel is maintaining a balance in our everyday lives. Hey stars, we're heading to the Oak Alley Plantation, where we are going to take a tour of some of the things that the slaves here went through. And I'm going to be taking you guys along with us. So we're leaving our hotel now. And when we get over to Oak Valley, I'll give you a tour. Hey stars, we have arrived to the Oak Alley Plantation, where we're going to experience and see what the slaves lived like back in the earlier years and earlier centuries, just to kind of experience it. And then we're going to spend the night here at the quarters. So it is hot out here. It is extremely hot out here. I actually think out here is hotter than it was in New Orleans, because we're no longer in New Orleans. Come on with me so we can check it out to see what it was like. Hey stars, I'm here under this umbrella. Even though I'm under my hat, which is like an umbrella itself, but still need extra shade out here. We're about to enter into the Oak Valley Plantation, and I'm just sitting down while my husband is looking about the tickets. This is what the entire getup looks like, and I took the blazer off because it is like burning up out here. And so we are going to spend the night here just so that we can get a complete feel of the place. But we're getting our tickets now. Then we're going to kind of walk around. I won't be able to show you everything because I need to take it in myself. I think that this is going to be an emotional experience for me. Just walking through, because I can't even watch certain movies or go through certain things in the past because I need my heart to remain pure towards others. So I think that this is going to be a little bit emotional. So, and I want to take in the scenery. I want to feel whatever I need to feel and go through at this time visiting here. So when I can, I will bring you in, and when I can't, sorry, come and experience it for yourself, okay? We are about to go and eat lunch prior to checking in and doing our tour. So I'm just going to give you a peek as to what it looks like around the area where we're going to eat. We're about to have lunch at the Oak Alley Plantation. We have right here some gumbo. And over here we have some green fried tomatoes. So we're going to try it out to see how it tastes. We wanted something light because we're going to eat dinner a little later. This is the cottage where we ate lunch, and they do have outside seating if you would like to sit down. And just look ahead. Isn't this majestic? The trees, this is just like, wow. We're actually on a slave plantation. This is just, whew. I need to be able to go through this. I'm just feeling it standing right here. Yeah. We are about to go to our cottage here at the Alley Plantation. The Oak Alley Plantation. So I guess we're right here at 5B. Table is set for dinner later. This is just so beautiful. Love how this is done. Once again, glass coverings to cover. Ooh, look at this. I did not even know. Something told me to open this drawer. Look at this surprise. Chess. If you want to play a game of chess, you can do so. What's this, number 2? Oh, is this backgammon? I don't remember what this is called, but this is bringing back some childhood memories. Oh my goodness. What's in here? Oh, I remember these games. I really do. And of course, famous dominoes, right? This is just so cool, the way that this is done. 4 drawers having each in their different games that you can play. These are the grounds. We're walking over where we're going to begin the tour. But it's just beautiful to see. This is just so wonderful. Look at all the roots to this tree. So much life is here, yet so much destruction happened here also. Walking up to this main house, very historic house, and we're going to learn more about it today, where I can come back in and give you some details. But I think I'm going to soak it in. I'm just giving you guys a little tour, but I'm going to soak it in for myself and then come back. I'll flash and let you see little snippets and then come back in and explain as I learn a little bit more about it. These plants over here are just altogether amazing. This is the house. I thought the front was beautiful, but as I came around, I'm not sure where. I believe this is the back. But look at this. Oh, wow. This is the Oak Alley Plantation where they had so many slaves here.
Guys, right over here we see this very beautiful garden. This is the West Garden, which is dedicated to the time of the Ramon family. In particular, this garden is dedicated to one of their slaves. His name is Antoine. He's the master gardener back then. Most of the plants that we see right here will be the same species of plants that Antoine himself would plant around the property back in that time. Very beautiful, very good for photography, especially on a beautiful day like today. So if you want to go check this out, y'all, please feel free.
Wow. 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 This is amazing. The view. Oh, so it's because of all of the oak trees. They call it the Oak Alley. Got it.
Oh, no wonder why they say that the Oak Alley Plantation doesn't show you the how the slave actually lived, or the plantation does.
Right, they only show you about the owners.
Yeah.
And how majestic and wonderfully built, and how they were able to preserve what they have. But they didn't really speak to us about the cost, what it cost them to have what they have. And I think that's a big deficit, huge deficit, to talk about a place. I mean, it's good to see that the rope that they had in that building, then the fan, that was just so unbelievable that it's a child that had to stand there and probably pull for hours to make sure that everyone was cool, because there was really no electric fan, no AC. You wouldn't really think about how they kept cool down here in the South. Louisiana, as hot as it is, so I could imagine the treatment that child must have gotten when they couldn't pull on that rope anymore. And just like that, our tour of the house is done. It was informative, but the information that was given was, I guess it was just geared towards the big house. All of the other tours, in order to see about the plantation, you literally have to go through everything on your own. And so I guess this particular exhibit is geared towards the plantation owners and not very much towards the slaves that were on the plantation. So for those particular things, you would have to go ahead and do that excursion on your own and look into everything and read all of the things that may be presented at the houses. So that's what we're about to do right now, is to go to the quarters, the slave quarters, and see what is stated there, and learn a little bit more. So come along with me. We're heading into a slave quarters right now. The doorway is barred off, so you could only go up to the stairs and kind of peek in. So let's see what we see. I am feeling that this might have been a more privileged slave quarters. This is what it looks like. I'm believing I may be at the back of the house because I'm seeing some paintings over there that's turned the other way. So I'm going to go around, and I'm not getting the full detail. So I'm going to go around and kind of like see if there's anything on the other side. And I guess that looks like what might have been a meal for them. It looks like it's egg and a fruit. So for those of us who are eating so much, an egg, a fruit, and a carrot, and probably a piece of bread. I think that's a loaf of bread on the table. Yeah, this is the house from the other side. So just wanted to come in and kind of give, I don't know how many people. This is, okay, I figured that. So this is the post-emancipation quarters. So this is after the emancipation of slavery. This is what their quarters would look like. So this is not a slave quarter pre-emancipation. So these are for free slaves, basically. This is what their quarters would have looked like. And that's the food that they would have eaten. If you can, I'm bringing it in so you can see, like an orange, egg, carrot, and there goes a loaf of bread they would have to share in the middle. In this particular room is where you would have Emilia, and it would be her and her 5 children. So you have 6 people that resided in this one room. And may I remind you, this is post-emancipation. The sugar cane. The main reason why these slaves were here, this is more or less a sugarcane plantation. So you'll see a lot of canes around. Amazing fact. Look at these things that distinguish how much of the value of a slave. They're looking at their skin color, complexion, their birth date, birthplace, all of these things that they used. And sometimes we even get caught up in our own selves, how many kids they have, all of these things in regards to distinguishing the value of their slaves. And we wonder why some of us are still having self-esteem problems, right? So embedded in our history and in our psyche that we're looking at the things that we possess rather than who God says we are. We're still looking at our complexion, our finances, our educational status, our location, our personality. All of these things to tell us who we are. But let's look to God, people, the Creator, because all these other things will make us feel less than. When we talk about virtuous women, industrial women, entrepreneurs, knowing how to save, we're looking towards a woman like Rosalie who sewed and saved scraps and just materials that basically weren't that good anymore to be used and made quilts. Nothing went to waste. And these are some of the tools that they would have used here on the plantation, which, as noticed before, it was mainly a cane plantation. So they were cutting down sugar cane. It was hard work. It wasn't easy. These tools probably weren't the sharpest. It's probably is better than what we have now. Who knows? Because some of the things that they made is just beyond me how they did it with what they had. But our people are strong, resilient. When we talk about inner strength, resilience, strong people, we're talking about our Black people. These people worked 18-hour shifts. I'm complaining about a 9 to 5. They worked 18-hour shifts. And I doubt they had lunch break. Oh, Lord have mercy. Thank you, Jesus. It was a slave by the name of Antoine who was able to open the door for commercial pecan production. But of course, he did not get the credit for it. His master did. So thank you, Antoine, for your ingenuity regarding the pecan tree. Restraints placed on African Americans to keep them from running away, to transport them, some on the ankles and some around the neck, making them even unable to lie down at times, much less to move. The beautiful house and structure that we came from was built on the backs of these slaves. It was over 220 of them. And the only thing that we have right now are their names of some that were engraved in the walls to give them some form of recognition. So I'm just going to call out a few names that stand out to me: Rose, Susan, Ida, Warner, Alfred, Mary Jane, Raphael, Henry, Jotaka, Lazare, Caesar, Lender, Alex, Eve, Jean, Argus, Marie, Simon, Mary, Joe, Paul, Baptiste, Augustine, Bernard, Tisby, Helene, Onufri, that sounds like a African name still. Wow. Moses, Michael, Julia, Charlotte, Adam, Sally, Jack, and unknown. All of the unknowns who weren't here, who aren't mentioned here, we recognize you. sitting here at the Oak Valley Plantation at the slave quarters. You have where the slaves used to live. You have some, as you go further down here, you would find where the field slaves lived. And the ones that's more to the front would be where the house slave lives. Not much difference. I guess this cat really likes you.
Ah, ah. I didn't see the cat. I didn't see the cat. And something rubbed up against me, you know.
There's not much difference when I looked in regards to the accommodations that they had, but each particular house housed an entire family. And so if you were a mother with 5 children, it was you and your 5 children that lived there. The expectations were a lot much more different though. For the field slaves, it was expected that they worked under harsher conditions, longer hours. Their clothing was not the same as the house slaves. And the house slaves, because they were given a little bit more to work with in regards to clothing, their work hours were not as long. They were expected to keep up an appearance because they were basically in the master's presence. So those were the differences that we saw as we went along the slave houses. We also learned about the fact that they had, these are quarters actually of the post-emancipation. It's not like they were free slave, that they were actually enslaved slaves here. This is slaves who were supposed to be emancipated already. But what exactly did emancipation mean, right? It didn't mean that they were totally free, because once they worked, they weren't getting paid with cash where they can save and spend how they felt like it. They worked, and then they were their labor traded in for something that they could get from their master's shop that was also on the plantation. So it kind of still kept them in bondage under these conditions that we're seeing here. Some people may look and say, oh, it's pretty good, but this is post-emancipation. These are quarters after the slavery, after the Civil War, and it was announced that slaves were now emancipated. So very eye-opening for me. I didn't too much enjoy the presentation here. I felt like it was one-sided, like I came to a plantation and I heard about the master. I didn't hear about the plantation itself and those who really helped to build it. It was more about me reading and learning about it on my own. It wasn't that much of a presentation as was presented in the big house, that you were able to pay to hear about what the master did and the families and how they were able to have this foundation that preserved all of these artifacts that we're able to come and see. So that was my takeaway. I would have liked to see it more balanced, a more balanced viewpoint, like the same way that they're able to provide information about the plantation and the big house, that they would have also given a tour in regards to the slave quarters also. So that's Shae's view. Balance it out. It just didn't balance out, right? Let's have a balance here, because that's what we're all about. Balance it out. So let's balance out Oak Alley Plantation. And so for each and every slave who walked on these grounds, who helped to make this place the beautiful place that it is, for the lives that were given, for the lives that were taken brutally, we just wanted to come today and to remember you and let you know that you're not forgotten, and we thank you. And here is our setup for dinner tonight. It was ordered beforehand and then we put it in the fridge and we were able to warm it up and we were ready to eat. Nice setting. His and hers. Hey stars, so we are about to check out of our room at the Oak Alley Plantation. We were in room 5B, very nice accommodations, but we're going to be going over to the Mississippi River and also walking back over to the big house by the oak trees where they have the 28 lined oak trees going down. My face is like glistening from this sun, and it is nicely greased and moisturized, and this heat is heating, you can see. So this is the OOTD. Hopefully I'll get a chance to give you a better look as to what I'm wearing today. Okay, we're going to be walking to the car to put this down and then head on our way. So come along. We are venturing out on our own here in Louisiana. We have left the Oak Valley Plantation and we are trying to walk up. I believe they said we have the Mississippi right over behind here. It should be the Mississippi River. So we plan to go up here, walk it around, and hopefully we can see the Mississippi River again off here. And we're almost at the top. So let's see. Oh, there we go. There it is. Snugged right in there. And this is what we have here. Is this like what they would call a levee?
Yeah, it's a levee.
This is the levee that's supposed to protect this area.
Yeah.
If the river decides to overstep its boundaries. But over there is the Mississippi River. I don't think it's much to look at with all these trees blocking the view. And just like that, our view of the Mississippi River has come to an end. Heading back to the car. So much to see around here. But you have to be willing to be adventurous. So for those of you who just want to be safe or play it safe all the time, you will miss out on all these wonders because there's no one else up here. No other car is parked where we are parked. We saw a place that had a walkway, and we just decided to stop and come up. Look at all these canes over there. This is a cane field. As stated before, the Oak Alley plantation is a cane plantation mainly. They grew cane there. So along all of this, you'll find cane.
Baby girl, you are so pretty, 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 pretty. Baby girl, you are so...
So we are here at the Laura Plantation. We just parked the car and we are heading into the information center, I guess, to purchase our tickets. And then once we're heading inside, I will bring you with us. I am now in the Laura Museum. It is extremely hot outside, so forgive the shine, forgive the shine and the hat right now, but I need it on. So I'm just going to show you some of the exhibits that we're seeing in here. As I'm entering in, you can see a few things behind me, but I'll give you a better look and kind of like tell you about some of the things that I'm seeing here as I am reading to gain information myself. These are the pickers who basically pick moss, which was placed in mattress. That was what was placed in mattresses before we now have all of these therapeutic and other stuff that we put in our mattresses to sleep on comfortably. Mattresses had to be beaten out and turned over. It took a lot of energy and resources from the slaves to make sure that their master's bed was properly made. Therefore, this is why we came up with the day bed, because it was so much work to fluff the bed. In the daytime, the masters had a different bed that they slept on while their mattresses were being fluffed for their night's sleep. And just showing you other things. This is a beehive that we have up here. Okay, and as I am reading the information, and if I feel like delving a little bit deeper into some of the details, I will. But let me give you a full view, or semi-full view of the museum. To the Whitney Museum, and piercing a little through those trees, you can see the bridge. This is a part of the scenery that we are seeing as we head on over to the Whitney Plantation. But you can never forget the cane field, big down here. Mainly Louisiana, sugar cane is the thing that the planters or the owners of the plantation. Ooh, look at how vast that is. And on to your right, if you go up here, you will find the Mississippi River that goes over. That's a levee, actually, that you would see. We did go up a levee and had a view of the Mississippi River. So look at how far down that goes, but you can't really see right now. But all these were maintained on the backs of black slaves. All of this cane. Oh, it's closed.
Can we even see the house?
Nope. It's closed, people.